Traditionally, agricultural education has consisted of teaching science, plant science and animal science. And in the future we need to broaden that. We need to broaden it to include ecology, climate, a lot more about the physical sciences of soils. But then we also have to think about social science, about the relationship, the part that agriculture plays in society, the relationship between farmers and processors and customers. And we have to think about things like health and health sciences, so that agriculture can assume the central part of society that it really should do. So in the future, our education needs to be much broader. And one of the keys to that is going to be how we educate students so that they can work with all these disciplines, that they see themselves as natural scientists, as physical scientists, as social scientists, and that they're very comfortable working across these multiple disciplines.
I think logistics is very important, agro-logistics, they call it. If you see that 40% of the crops is not reaching the client, that means it's a very important topic. But also biotechnology, also sustainability, experts on sustainability, environmental questions, experts on environmental problems like erosion, and so on. That's very important for Uzbekistan, I think, but for a lot of countries in Western Europe as well. Desertification is a big problem. In Spain, for instance, Southern Europe, but also I think for Asian countries.
I think that the partnership between the Royal Agricultural University and Uzbekistan is a joint partnership. We have common issues to address in terms of climate change, food security, sustainable land use, heritage management and biodiversity loss. So how do we address these global issues? How can we come together to equip a new generation of graduates to address these particular challenges? We've been around since 1845, over 177 years, developing leaders, entrepreneurs and innovators, and we want to work and bring our expertise and share and learn from colleagues in Uzbekistan. So we're at the beginning of a journey now. We have a partnership agreed. We've got our first cohort of students in the foundation year. We're committed to expanding the capacity through additional laboratories, through new degree programs, 7 degrees coming forward in the future, and we're looking forward to working with growth going forward.
This is a very difficult question because, for me personally, this is my first visit to Uzbekistan. I have read a lot prior to coming here, but it feels inappropriate to make judgment. But what I will say is that from what I've seen here, I'm really impressed by the way in which these big issues, these big climate issues, these issues around water are being addressed in Uzbek agriculture. And there's a legacy. There's a legacy that most countries have of agriculture being undertaken in quite an unsustainable way in the past, and we've all had to confront change, and we've all had to confront how we make change. And one of the really impressive things with Uzbekistan is the innovation and the readiness to embrace change. And from my own personal side, the way in which, particularly in the very fertile areas, there is the real strong attempt to link agriculture to local communities, to produce food that local people want to consume. And this seems to me the basis for a very strong, sustainable future. So I don't claim to be an expert, but these are my impressions from my initial visit and the reading around the subject.
I think the Royal Agricultural University has been in partnership over the last 177 years, both within the UK and beyond the UK. What we seek to do at home today, we have a partnership with 5,000 farmers through what we call the Farmer-Led Innovation Network, in which we seek to help our farmers to help themselves in terms of making a more productive agricultural sector. We believe that collaboration is the key to unlocking innovation in agriculture. We work with 16 universities in the UK, in the UK Agriculture Partnership. We're also the contributory authors to the National Food Strategy of the United Kingdom and the Nutrients Management Strategy, both of which important initiatives in terms of the government's aspiration to secure net zero carbon emissions. Overseas, we have a strong collaboration in China. We've been there something like now since 2007, and we're the only specialist university in China to have set up a joint institute with the Qingdao Agricultural University, and we are one of the top 5 universities from the UK operating in China because they're very satisfied. The Ministry of Education has given us a top star 5 rating in terms of how we've delivered our programs, in terms of how we've helped other universities and help others address the same issues that we face today in Uzbekistan as well. So we want to here work with Uzbekistan to establish a Centre for Excellence for Sustainability in Central Asia.
So the graduates of International Agriculture University have a very bright future in my understanding. At this moment we have 160 young students who we have admitted to this new university, and already we have 20 clusters who are ready to sign cooperation agreements and memorandum of understanding with us. They are ready to sponsor students so that we can prepare graduates and then deliver the highly skilled specialists to the economy and to the agriculture sector of Uzbekistan. So I believe that they will be, at least first few cohorts are already booked already now for the employment possibility. In terms of the directions of the specialists we prepare, we did a research in Uzbekistan and we realized that agronomy was number one missing area which we needed specialists on. So the first students who will graduate in 3 years with a Bachelor's of Agriculture will specialize in agronomy. Apart from this, we are moving towards biotechnologies, agrotechnologies, agrologistics, food security, food safety, and also agroeconomy. So there would be 7 areas which were prioritized by our government, by the Ministry of Agriculture, in the areas of which we need specialists. So we are working towards producing graduates which are going to specialize in those areas.
Well, the graduates themselves will receive the honours degree, the honours undergraduate degree from basically a world-leading partner in terms of international agriculture, which is what the Royal Agricultural University is. We're a degree awarding power. It's an internationally recognised qualification. So I think that that would keep them ably placed in terms of securing employment in the workplace going forward. We also have aspirations to develop postgraduate degrees as well. Master's degrees would be a useful way forward, be the logical way to progress. So we're going to grow incrementally, first from the foundation year through to the 4-year degree, through to multiple degree programs, 7 as we know, and then beyond that, postgraduate qualifications. So basically, the graduates would be available to work from day one in terms of practice, in terms of their employment. All the students who graduate from the degrees here in Uzbekistan will be awarded degrees by the Royal Agricultural University. And we are the UK's international agriculture university, recognised authority, established over 177 years, since 1845, and we will equip all our students to be job ready from day one in the workplace.
It's always an interesting question to ask about what things students, degree students, can do on the first day of work, because part of the reason for them studying for a degree is that it gives them skills for life, but skills that they have to develop for themselves. So from this degree, there will be things that students can do on the first day, but also they have the potential to develop throughout their life, and this is really important. So if we think about how we prepare them for their first job, it's really important that in the classroom that we teach them the soft skills, how to present, how to work in a group, how to communicate with people who may not know about agriculture, how to communicate with specialists, how to do presentations, how to organise work. So there's a set of things that they will learn in the classroom. It's then important, as has already been mentioned, that every student has the chance to do an internship or work experience. And very often that would be in work that they want to do when they graduate, but it might be in something different that gives them particular skills. And that's something that both of our universities will prioritise. It's a very important part of learning the craft of agriculture. We also want to make sure that as many students as possible have international experience, so that students can bring experience from other countries, whether it's the UK or the US or continental Europe, so that they can bring that into their practice. So on day one, they have technical skills, they have social skills, and they have personal skills that they can bring to bear. And so on the first day, they should be able to take instruction from the leader, the farmer, or their manager, but also they should be able to develop this as the work progresses. So we see it very much as an investment in the student. The student has certain skills that they can apply immediately, and as they get more experienced in the business, they can offer more into the business. And then we hope that students will come back to us for master degrees or for short courses that will deepen those skills. So we don't see this as something where they leave us immediately after graduation and they have a skill set and that's enough. We see this as something where we impart this learning that will be with them for life, and that they will develop, each of them individually, based on the foundation that we have given them.
So this year, as you know, the university has been established since May the 7th, 2022, by the resolution of the President 237, and this is the time when we opened the university. From that moment we started marketing the new university, the new concept, and making the area of agriculture more popular. Within 3 months from the moment we opened the admissions, we have received over 700 applicants. And then we had several processes of admitting them. There were three different streams for the admission. One was the students who had already English language certificates. They were admitted through a statement and an interview. Those who did not have English language certificates were tested for their English by our colleagues at the Royal Agriculture University. They had to go through written tests, reading tests, listening, and then speaking tests. And nowadays, those who are bringing other equivalents of IELTS certifications are also going through the same process of going through the interviews with our academic staff. And so as a result of this, out of 710 roughly applicants, we have pre-selected and onboarded 160 students in our foundation program.
Dear students, you've arrived at university at a really, really exciting and important time in terms of agriculture. We're experiencing a new revolution in the way that we think about and teach about agriculture. A revolution that will bring together all the old sciences together with new sciences around data, robotics, and within a new understanding of our significance as agriculturalists to society, to government, to actually the future health of the world. So you have a wonderful opportunity. Please make the most of it. Good luck.
Dear students, we welcomed you in our family 2 weeks ago during your induction. Now this is time we are welcoming you to your new, so to say, home, which is going to be a home for the coming few years. So make most of it, challenge professors, get the knowledge, create knowledge, open up the boundaries, and this is the place where you will remember with fond memories after many, many years, and we wish that you make most of the time as a student.
I think you made a good choice. It was a good selection. You have to do it by yourself, and all the professors will help you with your questions. You're building something up for life. It's a good profession, a good degree, and do your best.
Dear students, this is a very exciting time at the start of your journey in terms of education and your career. I want to remind you that education is something that you do, not something that's done unto you. And we're delighted to be working with you in partnership to help you become what you want to be. The student is at the heart of everything we do, and we very much want to wish you all the success for the future. Thank you.